Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Daniels.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Hey. Quit breathing your fucking germs up here. Hi. Thank you for being here. I'm 46. Yeah, nope. It's too many. It's too many. My daughter, my God, both my kids, they treat me like I'm just done living. I said, hey, I'm gonna learn Spanish. And my daughter goes, you can't. You have to learn languages when you're younger. I was like, that's not true at all. Because I'm learning Latin, right? This year I figured out what plantar fasciitis means. It means, hey man, my fucking foot hurts, in Latin. That's a new language, boom, nailed it. My foot hurts, all the time. I went to the doctor and I said, hey, here's what's happening. And he goes, well, you have to take one of these little pieces and put it in your shoe. And I was like, all right. And then 2 days later, my back started to hurt. So I went back and I go, hey man, and he goes, it's doctor. And I go, is it though? Because you made my back hurt. And he goes, yeah, that's the area of life you're in now. You need to just pick the pain that's most convenient for what you're doing that day. If you're walking a lot, keep that thing in your shoe. If you're gonna sit a lot, take it out. There's no way you're a doctor. I'm falling apart and I know what it's from. It's from Little Debbie Zebra Rolls. I've ruined my body by eating a mass-produced snack cake. That's the decision I've made. But they're amazing. They're so good, and some of you might be thinking, oh, I love Little Debbie Zebra cakes. Not what I said. You can shove the cakes up your ass. Figuratively, of course, because they're hexagons. Can't shove a hexagon up your ass, and if you can, you're doing Kegels wrong. In my opinion, Little Debbie Zebra cakes, it's not enough cake and it's way too much frosting. And the frosting is plasticky, so it gums up on the roof of your mouth, and you have to try to scrape it off with the back of your tongue. And that makes you look like an idiot, because that's how they made animals talk in the movies. Where's your mom? We'll find her. But what Little Debbie has done is she's taken this cake, which is a great idea in theory, and she's turned it into a roll. She's streamlined it to the perfect ratio of both cake and frosting. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if Little Debbie's a real person or not, but if she is, she's a cunt. It's a tough word to say when you're at half capacity already. Right? Because I know I'm going to lose people when I say that word. And by people, I mean white ladies, and that's fine. And also men sitting next to white ladies that now have a don't you dare laugh pinch mark on their inner thigh, right? It's like, I'm sorry. I know you told me before we left. I'm sorry. People don't like that word. People want to get rid of that word, and they are, of course, cunts. Because they want to act all cunty and not have consequences. Here's the deal. We're not born not liking words. You ever called a baby a cunt? I have. Just for this story. I leaned over the crib and I was like, who's a little cunt? Want to know what the baby did? This. Babies don't care what you call them. Their only job is making sure their giant head doesn't snap their tiny neck. That's it. Little Debbie Zebra Rolls. We're gonna be back and forth a lot tonight. This is the 12th night I've done comedy in a calendar year. Yes. Yeah, why not record an album, right? What a dipshit. Just Twelfth Night to dress up like a lady. Oh, dear Shakespeare. Have you ever had Little Debbie zebra rolls? You haven't? Well, welcome to tomorrow. You're diabetic? Yeah, me too. My foot hurts. I would rather hop on one foot for the rest of my life than give up Little Debbie zebra rolls. They're even perfect for the pandemic because you don't have to really grab them that much. You have to get it to your mouth, and as soon as you do, you can just flat palm that bitch and shove it in like a wood chipper. You don't even have to chew it if you don't want. It's the same shape as your throat. You can just shove it in. And if one gets stuck, unwrap another one, knock it loose. It's like you're putting batteries in a flashlight. It's incredible. How many people in here, if you want to share, have been divorced? By round of applause. Okay, keep clapping if you lost a little bit of weight during your divorce. Now keep clapping if you're a little bit fatter now. It's the same people the whole time. Because that's what our bodies do. I know that we're here and we're like, we're just here to connect with souls and I can't wait to find my soulmate. But we're clothed animals. We're here to fuck. Everywhere else in America, that line works. For some reason in Minneapolis, you're like, Lutherans don't fuck. We cuddle and then we go to our separate beds to sleep. But it's true, survival of the fittest isn't about strength, it's about making the most copies of ourselves. I think that's why we crawled out of the ocean in the first place. Because the beach looked like a romantic place to screw. We're just like, what is that, moonlight? Oh, I'll grow bottom arms for this. Hold up. Some of you got so sad when I said divorce. I don't know what happened during the pandemic, if children of divorced parents managed to save up enough money to come to comedy shows finally or what. But I said divorce and a lot of you went, oh. Listen, you had 2 Christmases. Grow up. Sometimes I just don't understand if you're an adult and you're still blaming your problems on your parents' divorce from a long time ago. Fix your shit. Listen to how quiet, like, but they are problems, Chad. If you're gonna push back on this, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. It was your fault. It was, without question. Check the timeline. Everything was going great. You were born. Divorce. It's right there. How many people in here have been divorced by a round of applause? Thank you. It's nice of you. Can I ask you a question about it?
Sure.
Was it stressful?
No.
Not. That was a great answer. Some people think it is. Mine wasn't terribly stressful, but some people think that it is very stressful. And my friends thought mine would be because they asked me, like, you think you ever get married again? And I was like, I don't know, probably. Because I want to get divorced again. Get back into shape. They're like, why don't you just go to the gym? I don't know, because the gym is hard and sweaty. Have you ever divvied up half your shit and moved it into a house your children might never call a home? Oh man, some of you refuse to even smile. That is awesome to me. And here's what's gonna happen. I'll leave here and someone will come up to me and go, hey, I was laughing the whole time. And I'll recognize them and go, no, you weren't. No way. That's why what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start taking a roller coaster camera with me on the road, and I'm gonna mount it to the back wall looking out. And then I'm gonna say things like, you ever divvy up half your shit and move it into a house your children might never call a home? I'm gonna push a button in my pocket. And it's gonna take a picture of all the faces. Then when we leave, there's gonna be screens set up. And they're all gonna be labeled like house, not a home. And Little Debbie's a cunt. And you can see what your face looked like when I said those things. Then I'm gonna sell you a keychain. That's gonna be my merch. And you can show it to your friends and they'll be like, how high was that roller coaster? You're like, it wasn't even on a roller coaster. Some man I didn't know someone brought me to see called a fake person the C word. I was already having a bad week. I don't know if you guys, have you heard of Locks for Love? It's a great organization. You can grow your hair out, cut it, donate the hair to a company that will make wigs, and they will donate those wigs to people that need them. And I am part of a sister program of theirs called Tits for Tots, where I eat whatever I want for an entire year. And at the end of that year, they harvest my breast tissue, and they give that to a child without a mother. So it too may suckle on a teat. Were a lot of the conversations at your place before you got tickets to this like, I'm sad, let's go see if a comedian can help? Is that what we're doing? How are you getting so sad? Listen, some kids don't have moms. Don't get mad at me. It's not like I'm a mom killer. Just some kids don't have them, and that's why we don't let kids in here. No. Not because they don't have moms. That's not what I meant. You looked at me like, it's fucked up, man. I know. I didn't mean kids come up and were like, do you have a mom? Yes or no? Get out of here, orphan. Come back when you have a mother. It's not what I meant. I meant we don't let kids in here because we talk about real life adult shit. We give you booze. We dim the lights so you can laugh and not feel like a jerk. There's a method to all of it. But I said child without a mother, and some of you are like, that's sad. Is it? I mean, it increases their chances of never being drowned in a tub. All I'm saying is, why can't we focus on the positive? I'll tell you why. Because we have become a society that is embedded in negation. Everything we say comes from a negative spot. Want to know why? Because positivity gets you no attention these days. Problems get you attention. People used to be positive. They used to go, hey, you're right. Now they go, well, you're not wrong. Absolutely not. That's too much carbon dioxide coming out of your face for saying that long thing when you could have said the short thing. You're the reason there's climate change. It's fun saying climate change now. Because you, right? I mean, we've proven this country is split right down the middle, except a little more on one side. That was just to twist the knife a little bit. It's split right down the middle, except 7 million more on one side. Now, just fucking around, relax. I can see somebody like, hold my mask, I didn't want to wear it anyways. Yeah, fucking shut your eyes, it's on mist, bitch. Shut your eyes, this is bleak. How'd the show go? He fucking blinded somebody. It was unbelievable. Guy walked out with white eyebrows. He bleached his eyebrows in front of us. We're split down the middle, and when I say climate change, I can see some people laughing and some people just go, not interested in this one. And that's okay, I'm not here to change your mind, I'm not smart enough. But I will say, if you've ever used the phrase, there can't be global warming because it's cold outside, I hope your parents staple your address to your backpack. Because you're not gonna be able to find your way home. You were born without logic and reason. And I hope your parents fill your backpack with rocks and write bottom of the ocean on the address. Listen, it just doesn't make sense to me. You're not going to listen to 97% of scientists, but you will listen to a groundhog? That's a bit risky, don't you think? We are. We come from a negative place now. White ladies real mad at white guys because we're the worst and we caused all the problems. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not disagreeing with you. I would just like to remind you, you're the only ones that can make us. If you stop making us, there won't be any us. You know what? I don't like sugar cookies. Know what I've never made? Goddamn right. You would have to stop having sex with white men for 3 generations and we would be eliminated. I've done the math. It is literally in your hands. Or, you know. My daughter said, "What do you think comedy's going to be like after the pandemic?" And I said, "Same as always, I don't like being alive." Well, I mean, it's just too hard. Everyone can find a problem with everything. You can walk outside and be like, "She sure is a nice day out today, huh?" She? Really? The day's a she now? How do you know that? It's like, just grabbing my mail. M-A-I-L. M-A-I-L. There's a lot of rules now, right? You can't do a lot of stuff. But the one thing I won't do is I won't guess gender. I just don't do it. I go, "Hey," when I was younger, I used to go, "Hey, you," and my mom would go, "That is rude." Turns out it's the most woke thing you could ever say. Who knew construction workers have been ahead of the game this entire time? I was in San Francisco getting a coffee one time, and I walked in, and the person working had a name tag on, and it said Eric, and Eric had a beard. I don't pretend to know where Eric's life started, but that dude, that day, I'm pretty sure he was a dude, right? And so I said, "Hey, Eric, can I get a coffee?" And he goes, "No problem." And I said, "All right, just 1 pump of vanilla, please." And he goes, "Yep." And then he turned around and put 4 pumps of vanilla in it. And I go, "That's going to be too much vanilla. I'm going to be eating Little Debbie zebra rolls with that coffee, and that's too sweet." So I was going to say, "Excuse me, sir," but instead of saying "sir," I freaked out and held the S, trying to think of something else that started with S till I ran out of breath. I was like, "Excuse me, I'm a snake." And then I left without my coffee. I'm gonna retell that story in 3 chunks. Paid for coffee, told another person I was a snake, then I left without my coffee. And my friend waiting outside was like, "Where's your coffee?" And I was like, "Snakes don't have hands, idiot." I was so embarrassed I held on to the lie for 2 more blocks. It is hard being alive right now. It's hard for lots of reasons. It's hard because every single person has a mental illness. Yeah, it's a tough one, huh? But we all do. You, everyone in here, me. I mean, crazy people have been fucking for way too long for all of us not to have something. I'm gonna tell you that. You ever see a freckle on your hand? You're like, "I didn't know there was a redhead in here." Yes. Same with that. And you might be thinking, "I don't have a mental illness." Well, that's narcissism. What's up, bruh? We all have one, right? I was reading the big book, and I was looking at all the symptoms they call them, and I was looking at bipolar 2, and 2 of the symptoms for that were wants to have sex with random people, impulse purchases. Ladies and gentlemen, I brought you all here tonight to tell you have bipolar 2. I mean, isn't that every single person that's ever lived? If you can't get laid, you should try to find somebody with a 15-pack of chapstick. Because they did not go into Target for that, but they sure as hell came out with it. My daughter came home and she goes, "Dad, all my friends in my friends group have anxiety, but I don't have it. And that's making me anxious." And I was like, "Awesome, it's airborne. Sweet. Perfect." I didn't know a lot about anxiety before she said that, and I started researching it, and I've come to the conclusion there are two main types of anxiety: real and fake. Please keep in mind, just because you don't know anyone with fake anxiety doesn't mean it isn't real. Because I have a friend with fake anxiety, and that's all I need for this test group to be right. I only need one. He's an asshole, and then he uses fake anxiety as an excuse to be an asshole. And that bothers me for several reasons. Number one, you're faking something you don't have that some people do have. And number two, I'm an asshole, but I don't have anxiety, so I'm just an asshole. Right? Like, I wake up, I'm in a bad mood, I don't like what you're doing, and then I'm mean to you. That's amazing. You're the youngest person that's ever shake their head for that, just like, yeah, I like that idea. Most of the time, young people are like, wait, you can do that? And it's like, yeah, you can do that. It's awesome. You should try it. I give people 2 warning shots, and then I go off. That's just how I live my life. I was in a grocery store once, and a guy had his cart parked up against the food I needed, and so I even tried to lighten the mood. I go, hey, excuse me, you put my food in jail. Right? Kinda clever. Like, my food's in jail. He goes, yeah, just a second. And I go, oh, I don't want to wait for parole, so if we could move your cart. And he goes, just a second. And I just said, fucking move it. That's 2 nice tries. And then I'm not gonna sit here and beg you to move your fucking cart all day. There's no way. And I'm gonna tell you something, it felt great. You used to be able to yell at people. It was awesome. And now you can't yell at anyone. It's just insanity. Right, when he left the store, I didn't try to run him over with my car. I didn't follow him home and murder his family and boil his pets. Right? I'm not that far into that book. I just asked him nicely twice, he didn't do it, and I said, fucking move it! Pressure just... like hot yoga for my whole body, but just took a sec. I was born before technology, and we used to write pen pals from other countries. I can see some older people going, yeah. Not older, my age. Yes, we did that. And then you'd forget about it. And then 6 months later, you were like, what is this? What are these letters? And what does that sickle mean? Just so excited. Like, you have to wait in line for bread? My fucking life is great! It's probably just written by your teacher to let you know how great your life was. But I think we should return to the pen pal thing, but we should call. We should have somebody in another country that we can call every morning when we wake up and just go, hey, is this Henri? Oh, it is? Awesome. I think you suck. Hang up the phone. Just be like, you need coffee? I don't. I just told Henri he sucks and I feel great. And then Henri will call me the next day, because it's a partnership. And he'll go, hey, Chad, is this you? And I'll go, yes, it is. And he'll go, you do have tits. And he'll hang up. And then he's like walking around like, oh, he has tits. It's so funny. I feel great. You gotta let the steam off, man. You go crazy. My friend with fake anxiety, I'm gonna tell you how I know it's fake. I know, we're back and forth again. Remember, 12th night in a calendar year. My friend with fake anxiety, he uses 3 words that no one with real anxiety would ever use. He talked to me one day and he goes, hey, sorry about your party, but my anxiety got the best of me and I was just being an asshole all night long. There they are, all night long. Someone with real anxiety doesn't do anything all night long, especially if it's bothering other people. I have friends with real anxiety. They could put the spoon in the bean dip incorrectly and just be like, oh, I made another mark in the bean dip. It was supposed to go in this mark and I made this mark. I don't like it here. And they leave. They just leave. And then they'll call me 3 days later, and my friends call it an episode when they have them, right? They're like, hey, sorry about that episode. Thanks for still being my friend. It's like, of course I'm still your friend. It's bean dip, for Christ's sake. Not only that, if I'm ever in an emergency, you're one of the only people I want around, because I bet you've been worrying about that shit since the 3rd grade. Probably have a 3-ring binder with a ton of ways to get out of it. I look at my friends with anxiety kind of like superheroes, man, because it's weird. If I was on a plane that was crashing, I would look for someone with anxiety to calm me down. And I know that doesn't make sense, but let's go to the chart. My resting worry is way down here. I don't worry about much. Someone with anxiety, their resting worry is up here. You put me in a plane crash, weep, I'm way up here. Someone with anxiety, still right down here. Want to know why? Because it's just a plane crash. It's just a standard, run-of-the-mill, hitting the ground and exploding plane crash, right? Their parents aren't on the flight telling them what they've done wrong since 6th grade. You're like, why are you so calm? Like, oh, when I thought about a plane crash, we didn't even crash into Earth. The Earth opened up and we landed in the middle and lava monsters ate our brains while we were still alive. And it's like, oh, yeah, this is way better, thank you. Also, 2 weeks ago, I called a stranger's service animal by the wrong name and I haven't really slept. So I'm just kind of ready to get it over with. What's going on? Are you guys all right? Oh, sorry, I don't know who it was. My apologies. What are you guys drinking? I thought you were having a can fight. Just called Chug It and Chuck It. What was I talking about? Oh, how's your foot? Good? Okay. What are you drinking?
A virgin red wagon.
A virgin red wagon?
Yeah.
Sounds sugary. Do you not drink?
I'm a child.
You're a child. I have lights in my fucking face. I can only see your silhouette. And I think you have glasses on, right? Okay, because I can see like little flashes once in a while. It'd be awesome if you had an Iron Man mask on. You're like, I'm a child! I'm wearing a mask from a Marvel movie, you dumb dick! No, I don't drink. At least I don't admit it. Fuck! I mean, frick you! One of my mental illnesses is patience. I don't have any. Let's talk about this. We've all been in this situation, right? We're driving on a highway. There's a truck in front of us in the left lane that's going slowly. What happened? Do you hate that?
I hate it so much.
How much do you hate it? Enough to ruin a fucking album recording? I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm totally just kidding. No, I know. It's all I have to say is you're in the left lane and there's a truck in front of you. People go, I can feel my pulse in my temple. This isn't your temple, by the way. This is. I am stroking out right now. Going down on a plane. Grab my temple. What is happening? I can't believe this album's just gonna be outtakes. I can't wait. What's your album called? Outtakes. How come? Because they made me. They made me call it that because I can't spit words out. I have fucking Little Debbie cake on my roof of my mouth. It's like, What do you do when there's a truck in front of you? Can I ask, lady who yelled? You didn't even yell, you just went, you tried to keep it in, and your frustration went, no! So I get that. What do you do when you're behind a truck? And okay, let's say it's 94, but it's rural 94. So you're two lanes, left lane, there's a truck in front of you. Now, for my story, it's always a pickup truck and it's always a man driving. What do you do in that situation?
Well, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to go around them to the right.
Can I tell you the problem with that plan? And only because I've done this a bunch, is because as soon as you try to go to the right to get around him, you can almost hear this guy go, nobody passes daddy. Right? And then you hit your gas and you try to get in front of him, but you can't because you're both screaming down the highway and there's a car in front of you in the right lane. So you have to go back behind him in the left lane, but that's okay because now he's going fast, but nuh-uh. Because then he slows back down to his original speed. Hey man, I'm sorry your dad called you a faggot in high school. I am. I think that's unacceptable on every single level. But you gotta talk to somebody about that, because you're bringing your anger and your sadness to the highway, and that's dangerous. I'll pull over and give you a hug right now. But you gotta kill your dad or get off the highway. Those are the only options, because daddy issues destroy men. In this country, we attribute daddy issues to women all the time. We'll say things like, oh, that younger woman's dating that older man, she has daddy issues. Oh, she's working at a strip club, she clearly has daddy issues. I bet some women do, but I guarantee every single man of all time has daddy issues. And if you're sitting next to a man that just leaned over and goes, I don't, then he's got the worst kind. Right? Those are the stabby ones. And you're gonna wanna watch your ass. You might think, what about mommy issues? Mommy issues don't destroy men like daddy issues do. If a guy has mommy issues, he marries a bitch. If we could just take some time to appreciate all the men staring straight forward right now. I should roller coaster cam you guys right in the face. Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like a bird dog convention. You're just like, I would not move my neck for $1 million. Please say something else. My ear's hot. I can feel her looking at me. Please, Chad, say more things. But it's true. Guy has mommy issues, he marries a bitch. Guy has daddy issues, there's a good chance at some time in his life he will be described as the shooter. Here's the thing, I don't even need you to laugh at that one. I don't, but I do need you to hear it. Because I'm telling you, daddy issues destroy dudes. You ever seen a grown man pounding a nail into something and he hits his own thumb? And he's like, you fucking idiot! That's his dad talking to him. Right? That's not anger, that's a memory. You ever seen those two guys at the movie theater that leave that empty space in between them? It's for one of their dads that never made it to a game. Hold on. A lot of you are laughing, but I can see some of you like, covering your face. Hey, I would never tell someone how to react to comedy because it is subjective. But I would just recommend not wasting any empathy on these two losers at the theater. What do you need an empty space in between you for? You've been best friends since the 4th grade, and you think tonight, at the new Keanu movie, that your clothed arm is gonna touch his clothed arm, and you're just gonna have to butt fuck? Really? Is that right? Is that what's happening? I don't believe you. You're gonna reach for the pop at the same time, and your hairy knuckles are gonna touch? And that's the spark you've been missing? You're just like, oh, it sends shivers up my spine. You feel that? You feel it too? Ah, I thought you might. Why don't you hop over on my lap and we'll make our own Lego movie? Homophobia is the biggest daddy issue of them all. It has to be. Think of how many boys in high school never go into choir that have angelic voices because they're scared to get teased by these fucking homophobic people in their grade. Because I remember that, right? People be like, I think I'm gonna sign up for choir. And another guy'd be like, oh yeah? Well, let me know if you need me to jizz on your vocal cords. Cool them off for the concert. I mean, that's how it was. And you'd always think, yeah, singers never get laid. What the fuck? Mick Jagger's 100 and he has a baby from yesterday, probably. And homophobia is intense, and still, 2021, it's still intense, and I don't even understand why. You hear people lose their shit like, if these Fruit Loops would just stop shoving their lifestyle in my face. Anytime I hear anything that aggressive, I always think, the call is coming from inside the closet. I mean, nobody wants to kiss you on your underbite, you ape. Relax. I can't speak for the gay community, but I have to assume no one wants to lick skull off of bottom teeth, right? And here's what confuses me. It's always like, if those Fruit Loops wouldn't shove their lifestyle in my face, now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go tell this woman that I don't know she needs to carry her baby to full term. It's always the same fucking guy. Right? I mean, and that intensity is happening now. Could you even fathom? Could you even fathom being gay 4 generations ago? There's no way. You would have to hide in plain sight. I bet some of our great-grandpas probably left the loves of their lives overseas after a war, because there's no way they could bring them home. They'd be murdered, truly. Right? Just standing on the shores like, oh, Philip. I never thought I'd love a man, but here we are. Amongst all this bloodshed and gunfire, and I fell head over heels. I fell head over heels for you, Philip. I'm so choked up I called my heels hears. I've just never had to do this before. And your grandpa got on a ship, and he sailed back to the United States, and he met your great-grandma, and probably wasn't that attracted to her, but they got married. And he soft-stuffed her a couple times. Well, he had to put some kids in there, throw the neighbors off, right? And he didn't get to live the life he wanted. And your great-grandma didn't either, right? She's probably hiding in a closet with her friends, inventing the Long Island iced tea. She's like, I can only pour a little out of each bottle. Add some Coke to help wash it down. You need to be gone by the time he comes home from work, because he hits me because I'm not Philip. Yeah, no shit, that's sad. You can groan if you want. That's a horrible life. And those are all daddy issues. They are. And you know what sucks the worst about daddy issues? Sometimes they work. So then people think they can keep using them, right? In the Winter Olympics, there was this campaign last time called Thanks Mom, where all the American athletes would go up to the, do you remember that? They'd go up to the camera after their event and they'd go, thanks, Mom, and then like skate away or whatever they were doing. And then they'd even show videos of them. Not one thanks, Dad, in the whole 2.5 weeks of an Olympic event, by the way. And then they'd show videos when these athletes were little, and they'd be in like Norway or something, just like, hey, this is my mom. She brought me to Norway so I could skate. Thanks, Mom. Not one video with a dad, because that'd be sad as shit. Be like, this is my dad. I'm walking him to the factory. He picked up a couple extra shifts so his family could go to Scandinavia without him. My mom taught me about fjords. My dad taught me mesothelioma. It's sad as shit. I'm gonna tell you something. Moms, listen. I know the world burns without you in 3 days. I understand that. But sometimes the love and the kindness, sit it down. We don't always need it. That's not how we get better, right? If a kid falls off a ski jump, you can't run over and be like, I love you so much. Let's get that snow out of your hair and get you some soup. Oh, you're my favorite baby. That's great. It's also a silver medal. Right? I mean, you need that dad out there like, get your fucking ass back up there and do it till you land it. That is how you make a gold medalist and a man that flinches when a car door shuts. There's give and take with everything. I know, listen, I'm a dad, so I know I've given daddy issues. I haven't tried, but I know I've given them. I don't think we really know to what extent we mess up our kids until one of them murders us. Just wake up with a knife sticking out of our chest and a kid walking away going, I said Pop-Tarts! Just laying in bed like, there's fresh fruit in the fridge! My daughter's 17 years old, and I know I've given her daddy issues because here's the deal. I need her to listen to me, and I need her to respect me, but I also try to show her the respect that I want her to seek out in a partner. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's exciting, but it's not a good balancing act because I sound like an idiot in my own house. I'll say things like, put your phone down, get your ass over here and pick this up. That is okay for a father to say, but not a boyfriend. If a boyfriend uses this tone with you, you leave his ass, but by God, you're gonna pick this shit up for your dad. Well, it's nice of you to cheer, but you know that's a daddy issue. She's gonna leave a meeting when she's 30 just like, only my father yells at me. All the men in the room reaching for the phone. Can we get HR up here, please, immediately? Can you send Rebecca and not David this time? Thank you. Thank you. I don't like the term daddy issues because I can't, my kids have messed me up, but I can't go, oh, I have kitty issues. Right? I mean, don't say that ever. That's how you get the sleepover at your house canceled. Pretty quickly. What's wrong with you? Oh, I have kitty issues. Oh, cool. My daughter can't make the sleepover. My kids have messed with me. I didn't know little girls' voices cracked when they went through puberty. I had no idea. I just thought that was little boys. But I was in the kitchen one time and my daughter was like, hey, Dad, if we're gonna make a strawberry and rhubarb pie, then why are you looking at me like that? You ever been startled into hard nipples by your own kid? One of the creepiest things that'll ever happen to you, I promise you that. Because you're the only two in the kitchen and you are rocking glass cutters. And you know she sees them through your shirt, so you know you have to explain them. You have to be like, listen, first of all, these are not the good ones. These are the bad ones. What happened was you scared me so badly, I got goosebumps all over my body instantaneously, and my body ran out of skin and my nipples almost exploded. So why don't you head up to your room and, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna go to my room this time. How about that? And I'll come down when I'm done thinking about it. I think the most I've been messed with is my daughter was in 7th and 8th grade volleyball, and part of the uniforms are spandex shorts, and no thank you. Not ever. Not spandex on anyone, not ever. I was in Florida once, and I saw a bunch of senior citizens biking on pedal bikes towards me, and they were all wearing head-to-toe spandex. It is an unflattering, thank you, material. You see me fucking go deer in headlights? It is an unflattering, that's what happened in my head. I just flatlined. Material? Yes, thank you. Have you ever grabbed a balloon that's not inflated and squished it and then part of it pops up between your fingers? That's what spandex does to the human body. Don't groan. I didn't invent spandex. I'm explaining something to you. That's why I say we can't let these little kids wear it. Because some of these kids haven't gone through their growth spurt yet, right? And so they have that little belly you have when you're a kid or a 46-year-old man. And they pull their spandex up over their belly to hide it. But what they don't realize, when the top goes up, the bottoms come up. Now we have what I like to refer to as a situation. I went to every home game of my daughter's 7th and 8th grade volleyball career, and I had not seen that many camel toes since the parade scene in Aladdin. I know some of you aren't understanding. Listen, that's 75 golden camels. That's 4 legs apiece. You get it. Some of you are still looking at me like I'm a creep. Hold on. I didn't walk in the school like, do you know where the camel toes are? Prince Ali, yes it is he, but not as you know him. That's not what happened. I bet you like that one, kiddo, huh? Yeah. Shit. Probably just watched that yesterday. What's up? It startled me the first time. I mean, I walked in, you don't expect it, no one warns you about it. I bet dads that are like, have seen this before, like, oh shit, I'm not saying a word, watch this. And you walk in, you're like, hey girl, pat, camel toe, and you're like, no! I backed up to the bleachers, started feeling for him, and then I started sliding down the bleachers, moving away from the noise. I was like, I would rather walk through darkness with friends than see camel toes in the light. Helen Keller. All right, part of that is Helen Keller. But that's what I would do. I would sit way on the other end of the bleachers and I would stare at a brick across the gym and listen to volleyball. Because I wasn't interested. It's not fun. It's gross. Put them in basketball shorts. It's the same building. It's the same court. They just raised the nets. Fucking put them in the same stuff. One day I was looking at my brick, listening to volleyball, and someone hit an errant shot, and the ball caught my attention, so I looked at it quickly, and then, pah, camel toe. Now, have you ever not unwrapped a Cadbury egg all the way? Little piece of tinfoil left on it. It's the first thing you bite down on, and your brain goes, That's what happens to a good dad when he is sniped by a camel toe. I went to Alcatraz. And to get to Alcatraz, you have to take a boat from San Francisco. And on the boat, there were French people, a French family, and I talked to them, and that's when I realized I don't care for French people. I know you're not supposed to hate a whole group of people because of one family, but here we are. I've done it. I've cracked the code. I talked to them for about 35 seconds, and my reaction was, I think Hitler had the right idea, just the wrong people. Since you guys like that one so much, here's a little Hitler trivia for you. When Hitler was 4 years old, he almost drowned in a river, and a Catholic priest pulled him out and saved his life. That's a true story. So quickly, if I could just talk to the Catholics for 1 sec. If the leaders of your church molesting young children was not enough for you to leave it, and if we're being honest with ourselves, that should be enough, but they also saved Hitler. Nope, still not gonna do it? All right. How about this? Your weddings are too long. I have a list a mile long of reasons to leave the Catholic Church. I can't believe the Catholic Church is still a thing. If any other corporation, and that's really what it is because it made $4 billion in 1 year. If any other corporation did half of that shit, they'd have been wiped out. And I'm not saying bulldoze the churches because they're beautiful. I'm saying change what's going on inside of them. Before you go, Chad, you can't do that. Yes, you can, because listen to this. One time, I lived next to a Subway sandwich shop. And a bunch of people got food poisoning from their tuna salad. And then 2 months later, it was a Quiznos. So I know firsthand you can change the name on a building. I've seen it happen. And that was from food poisoning, not even ball gargling, so what's up? I should say right now, I'm not talking about Christianity. I'm talking about Catholicism only. You can leave the Catholic Church and still be a Christian. It's almost the same book without that creepy-ass music. That's the scariest song that's ever been written. Somebody brought me to a Catholic church when I was in high school, and I heard that song, and I was like, oh, we're killing a virgin, huh? Oh, no! That's the Kill the Virgin song for sure. Am I the virgin? Is that why you brought me here? I know I'm a senior. I'm a late bloomer, dude. I told you. She said Valentine's Day. Relax. That's a true story. Bought her a heart-shaped pizza from Domino's and booyah. Some of you aren't laughing at all. You're looking at me like you want to rip my heart out of my body. And I have to assume you're probably Catholic. And you might be thinking, Chad, you're going to hell. Well, guess what? If there is one, I might. But do you know how long it's going to take me to get there because of the line your church created? That's what they don't teach you in Catholic school. Purgatory isn't waiting for someone to make a decision. It's waiting in a bank line behind a bunch of other Catholics to get into hell. You're just like, Are you serious about this? Is only one lane open? Shut up! Oh, hey, every time I'm in the middle, I see you. Why am I down here? Oh, I was a stand-up comedian when I was alive. And sometimes I'd say the F word when I didn't need to, and I think some people in middle America just prayed me right on down here. How about you guys? What'd you guys do? You gave 10% of your yearly income to hide kid touchers? Is there another line? I think I'm in the wrong line. I just said fuck. Oh shit, that French family. Okay, so. I'm on Alcatraz and everyone hates the French family. Guess what? Including the French family. The dad is so mad at his kids, he just peels away from them and he's screaming at them in French, but he's looking right at me, walking towards me, and I don't know what's going on. So he gets right here and finally I just go, bonjour. And he goes, why would you say that? You are not French. That is not the French accent. And I said, that is not the English one. And if we're grading one another, I think I did better because I just said one word and you said a whole sentence. And I think I confused him because he goes, what will we do? And I said, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to follow you around the rest of the day. And that's what I did. I was on his ass the rest of the tour. Anyone I saw, I went, bonjour. Bonjour, I am with him. Bonjour. I don't know a lot of French, but I used all of it that day. We were going back into the prison for the rest of the tour. I raced them to the door, opened it up, and I went, après vous, s'il vous plaît. Now I can tell you, ha 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 does not mean anything in French. I can also tell you it really pisses them off. I'm not sure the first time ha 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 was used, but I'm guessing there was a baguette in an asshole. And that is a dry, flaky bread. That is uncomfortable on its best day. I also know the phrase, je vais à la plage. It means I'm going to the beach. I don't know why I know it. I don't know how it got in there, but it is up there. And there was this little kid from the French family, and he was leaning over the cliff at Alcatraz, and he was pointing at something, and then he'd turn around, and he'd speak French to me. And I kept going, I don't. And then he would point and speak French, and I was like, I can't. And then finally, I unloaded all the French I'd ever known. I was like, bonjour, ça va? Comment allez-vous? Yes, I know that means the same thing. Notre Dame. Merci beaucoup. Après vous, s'il vous plaît. Chauffeur. silhouette. Then I was off and running. I was just like, hors d'oeuvres, concierge. I was killing it. And then finally I ran out and I go, je vais à la plage. And he stands up and he goes, no! And he pointed at a seagull and he went, oh, wah, oh, wah, oh, wah. And I was so sick of this family, I just go, it's not even close, dipshit. That is not what a seagull sounds like. Just do the noise. You don't translate noises because you're French. Just do the noise. There aren't French seagulls flying around like, man, you wouldn't go, hey everyone, look at this cow. Just do the noise. And he kept pointing and going, and pointing, and I was like, does he want me to push him over the ledge? Like some weird French Make-A-Wish so he can fly with these birds all the way down, just Thank you guys very much. Thanks for coming out to the show. Have a good night. Thank you.
Chad Daniels, everybody. Let me hear one more time.